Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. It's been a hot minute, but anyways, I'm back today for another TBR video. These are definitely some of my favorite videos to film. We are actually like almost halfway through August at this point, but I was gone for the first half of August, so I don't have a TBR for the month and I really need one. So we're gonna make one together today, again with our TBR jar. In the past, I've kind of flopped between having a TBR cart and having all the books on my TBR on my bookshelf, and at the moment they're all on my bookshelf. In my apartment right now, where I put my TBR cart, it's like so out of sight and it becomes like out of sight, out of mind, and I never get to see the books that are on my physical TBR, and that just causes me to sort of not really have them on my mind and like look forward to reading them as much. Right now what I've been doing is this shelf here is or has been my TBR shelf. Because this is a TBR for August, I am still looking for definitely a lot of romances, summer romances, any romances that I haven't gotten to this year, and maybe we'll have like a fantasy or two, but definitely gonna focus on the romances. So I have my TBR jar here, and if you haven't seen one of my TBR videos before, I have some of the prompts in here. They just say like TBR jar, and I have another jar that has the actual titles of books. So if I pick one of those prompts, then I have to go to my TBR jar, pick a prompt, and it's just going to be a title. There's no choice. I have to put that book on my TBR and hopefully get to it this month. So that's sort of how I set up my TBR jar that works for me and for my physical TBR. So we're gonna pick 10 books today, and yeah, let's get to it. Okay, our first prompt is of course a TBR jar book. Let's see, this is all the titles that are on my TBR. I haven't updated this jar in a little while, so I might pull titles that I have already read, but we're just gonna toss them and see what else we can get. Billy Summers. That's actually not a book I was expecting to draw at all. This is a book that has not been on my radar at all. I have never read a Stephen King book, but I have heard good things about this book and has not been advertised as like a crazy mystery thriller or anything. As someone who doesn't read mystery thrillers, this was still recommended. Honestly, that is a really great pick because I don't think I would have picked like a thriller or a mystery thriller myself. So we have our first book for our month of August. Okay, this second prompt, the title starts with an A. Okay, for A, I'm gonna pick Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This actually is a book that I have started. I'm about like halfway through. You can kind of see my bookmark here, but I feel like it's fair game that if we've already started the month, I can pick a book that has already been started. So far, I really like this book. I started this the day it was released, and I was in Germany, which is why I have the UK copy, which is definitely a prized possession of mine. Taylor Jenkins Reid is like one of my favorite, if not my favorite author like ever. So I've been like savoring this book and trying to just like take it in bite-sized pieces so that it lasts longer, because I'm gonna miss it so much once it's done. But yeah, so this is gonna be our second book for our TBR. So for our third prompt, a title that starts with B. Okay, we'll pick two of these, but after two, I'm not doing the rest. Okay, so we have A and we have B. Let's see what we can do for a title that starts with B. Okay, so for this prompt, I think I'm gonna pick Beartown. I'm really not doing so hot with my summer romances, but that's okay. I don't really know what this is about. Everybody just says like you follow like a hockey team from this small town. I don't know, that's not really giving me much, but all the 5-star reviews are enough to make me want to read this book. So we're gonna go ahead and add this as our third book. Okay, moving on to our fourth prompt. We have another TBR jar book. I'm really hoping for a summer romance. Like, we need one in here. The Roughest Draft. Oh, this would have been perfect, but I read it last month. It was very good though. Okay, let's draw again. Okay, an Abby Jimenez book, whichever book is next. So I've been reading this series so out of order. I keep on like thinking the order is wrong. So I read the second book first, Happily Ever After. I read that like 2 years ago because it had gotten so much hype, and I didn't realize it was part of an interconnected standalone series. So that's the second book in the series. And then I kept on thinking Life's Too Short is the first book in the series. So then I got that one, and that's actually the third book in the series. So yeah, and I only realized that because I was halfway through the book and it was mentioning the characters that were part of the second book and they were like together, and I was like, oh my god, no. Anyways, so finally I literally read this series, like the second book, the third book, and now I'm gonna read the first book. So anyways, obviously the first book is gonna be the next book on our TBR, which is The Friend Zone. So finally I get to read the first book in this dang series. So that's going to be the fourth book on our TBR. Alright, so for our next prompt, a book with an animal on the cover. Okay, I really want to find one that like the cover was an animal and not just like a little animal on the cover. Do you know what I mean? Like, so a lot of like romances have a little animal on the cover, but I feel like for this prompt we really need like an animal to be the cover. So once again, I don't have a summer romance, but I have Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo, which is not a summer book. Although I did read Ninth House, which is the first book in this duology. I did read that during the summer, and it's like a very vivid memory like when I read it, and I was doing a field course, so I was like outside, like very much like almost camping like every single day, like hiking and stuff, and I was reading that book, and I don't know, it's just such like a good memory and like so attached to where I was when I was reading it. So anyways, so it feels like summer. It feels like a summer book, like duology to me, so I guess it's fitting. This is gonna be our 5th book on our TBR. Okay, so moving on to our 6th prompt. Let's see, we have a book with less than 250 pages. That's gonna be so hard to find. Oh wait, no, I think I have one. I think I have like one, and if I do, this is, okay, well, this is the shortest book I have on my TBR, and it's like 270 pages. So I'm just gonna pick this one. I'm so sorry, I literally don't have anything for the prompt, and I like this prompt to like pick a shorter book, so especially being already halfway through the month and picking our TBR. So I feel like a short book is definitely needed to help potentially get through our TBR together. So we're gonna pick Happily Never After by Lynn Painter. I have been getting through some of Lynn Painter's backlog. So last month her new novel Made for Each Other came out. I read that one, as well as Accidentally Amy. And right now I am also reading Mr. Wrong Number. So I've been getting through her backlog, and I think this might be the only one left in her adult romance series that I haven't read. So that's perfect prompt. Okay. Moving on for book number 7. Oh, this is going to be another TBR prompt pick. So let's see what book it has in store for us. Give me a summer romance. Come on. The odds are like not that high. I don't really have that many, but let's see what it has. No way. This is so funny. I just drew Hellbent. Okay, we've got that one already. Thanks for the rec though. Okay, come on. What do we have? No way. Another Abby Jimenez book. Honestly, I'm not mad about it. Okay, so we're gonna pick the next one, which is Part of Your World, which is the first book in her second sort of trilogy. And also, I didn't put that prompt back in. I just wrote out however many Abby Jimenez books I had left. I wrote out enough prompts for those. So what are the odds that we get another one? Not very high. This is gonna be our 7th book on our TBR. Okay, so for prompt number 8, a book that I bought for the cover. Really exposing myself here. I don't know if I really bought any for the cover. I'll see, but I might just pick one that like has a really pretty cover. Okay, I really tried to find like a summer romance for this prompt again. We do have like, okay, we actually, I'm like, feel like I'm complaining. We do have quite a few romances on our TBR, so like we're good. This one, I didn't buy it just for the cover, but like I didn't need a physical version of it to read it. Like I could have gotten it from like the library or like read it on Kindle. The reason that I bought the physical copy was because the cover is really beautiful and I was excited to have it on my shelf. And that book is The Rose Bargain. I haven't heard a ton about this book. It just seems like people are referring to it as like ACOTAR in the sense of like the spring court and the fairy lands versus the human lands. Like there's some aspects on it that are very similar, and it seemed like a really nice like summer-esque fantasy. So this is going to be our 8th book on the TBR. I'm super excited for this one, and like this cover is like very pretty. So I feel like we did good with that one. For our 9th prompt, we have a thrifted book. Honestly, I don't know why I put this prompt in. I don't have that many thrifted books. I have 2. I've read one, so I'm gonna go grab the other one. Okay, so the only thrifted book that I have is The Innocents. This is like literary fiction by these like children who live in the wilderness off the coast of Newfoundland and Labrador. That's all I know. It sounded kind of cool. It was like $2, and I was like, it's like low-key kind of pretty, so I bought it. Okay, that was a pretty good prompt. So our last and final prompt, book with a purple cover. Okay, so for this one, I think I only have one purple cover left, which is going to be Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. It's so funny because actually I think Love Arranged, which is her 3rd book in the Lakefront Billionaire series, actually just came out this month, and this is a series I've been wanting to read, so this is perfect. And another romance to end off our August TBR, which is great. Okay, so for a little recap of all of the books that we picked. So for the month of August on our TBR, we have Billy Summers, Atmosphere, Beartown, The Friend Zone, Hellbent, Happily Never After, Part of Your World, The Rose Bargain, The Innocents, and Love Redesigned. So these are gonna be the 10 books that are gonna be on my monthly TBR for August. So that's all I have have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you guys had any of the prompts that you think I should have picked a different book for, or any book recommendations at all, please leave them below. Anyways, I hope that I will see you guys in the next video very, very soon. Bye!